morning, Marty. Hi, bud. Come on, Tux, let's go. Let's go, buddy. It feels colder. It rained all night. It's windy. Come here, Tuxie. Come on, bud. Your food will at least stay dry. Tuxie, come on. Come on. Yeah, don't give Stripe a nasty look when you're not where your food is. There you go, bud. He's a little wet. Not a lot. He's not soaked, but he's a little wet. These guys are all over here. Hi, guys. Well, it's definitely good that Don didn't invest his energy to wash Ruby because she'd have just got all messed up this morning. Bright lights will improve a yucky morning. Well, Ruby hasn't been outside very long, but she sure did get wet already. It's not raining that hard, but I guess 15 minutes of light rain and she's covered. Good morning, Ruby. Oh, at least it's warm in here. What in the world is going on with traffic up there this morning? That's not my route. My route's here and there's just a little bit, but that is like, I don't know. Glad I'm not over there. So the temperature's falling this morning like they predicted. It's down to 47 already. When I asked A in the bathroom what the temperature was, she said 60. And then when I went outside and it was cold, 30 minutes later, it was 53. And now it's 47. So it's gonna stay in the lower 40, upper 30s. We're supposed to see some snowflakes midday today. And it just all depends on how long the rain hangs around and how quick it gets cold. And this is pretty common for central North Carolina. We have tons of rain in the winter and it never meets the cold air, so we don't get any snow. Pretty much what happens. So here's where the test site is. That's what those orange cones are for. What happened apparently was, I was a little confused about it, but the traffic jams were caused by a couple of weeks prior to Christmas. They went to appointment testing only instead of the drive-in and just get tested. And you know, a lot of people didn't get the message, and a lot of people had, you know, travel reasons why they really needed a test now. And I guess people showed up at the appointment center and overwhelmed the staff, and they were sending people away, and it was just a mess. And I don't think they've gone back to just show up, which to me would be the thing to do. But anyway, that's our wonderful testing site. They did have a police officer over there directing traffic on Friday, so that was good. Weather's okay for driving. Not great, but okay. Wow, it's pretty light traffic out here. I don't know if it'll be that way all the way in or not. The bank that Don's contracting for, they're actually off today, although he was going to log in and do some work while things were quiet. So I don't know. I was telling Johnny, the rule is typically if the holiday is on a Saturday, you get Friday off, which was the case this time around. And if it's on Sunday, you get Monday off. But with New Year's, a lot of places, they have to have the first day of the new year work day be the holiday. So there's a fair number of people not on the roads this morning, which is just as well. So it's 7:05 a.m. and it's still, you know, really dark out there. Part of it's the gray clouds and part of it is just, even though we're past the shortest day of the year, the sunrise keeps moving further up in the morning, so it's darker longer. Anyway, we got a little bit of Christmas color still up there, but not the Truist building, which has been green, but is not this morning. Well, there's a severe thunderstorm warning. There's lots of flash flooding. There's a flash flood warning. I could definitely feel the wind on the steering wheel a few times coming in. It's just not nice out there at all. I looked at the radar and it doesn't look like it's letting up anytime soon, because if it were, I would just try to wait it out. There are several large branches down around the quad this morning. I'm sure as soon as the storm clears, the ground crew will be out to handle them. The SAU students aren't back until the 12th, Wednesday the 12th. Just the high schoolers here today. There's a dumpster in front of Boyer Building where Johnny goes in the morning, and it looked like they might have started to do some sort of renovation. which would be great. That building could use it, but maybe not until summertime would have been preferred. I don't know. Just depends on how much renovating. I want to fix the air conditioning before it gets cold. That would be, I mean, warm. That would be good. That's Don sending me a message. He's probably checking on me. I'm going to pull over at the church. Yeah, so Don called me and said, you know, the cell just came through Fuquay, and it was bad enough that some small tree limbs were beating up against the house. You might want to stay put. I see you pulled into the church parking lot. I checked on the app where you were, and while I've been sitting here talking to him, it's really picked up. So we made a good decision to just stay put. Maybe within, you know, 20 to 30 minutes, it'll be past, and then it'll be much safer to drive back home then. It's not like Don and I are going to be out walking in this rain anyway. I won't be rushing home to go for a walk in it. So look, those trees are blooming. That shouldn't have happened until February into March. All right, the worst of it is through, which is not to say that there won't be more rain or some snow flurries or, you know, a little breezy. But, you know, like I said, Don said the stuff was hitting the house. Nothing to damage the house, but he could hear stuff coming off the trees hitting the house. I'm glad I wasn't there for that. I don't like wind. And he's talked with me here for like 30 minutes. We were just chit-chatting while I was waiting for the storm to come through. So I'm finishing up my pogo, and I think it's daylight. The heavy rain is past. It's less windy, and I think I can navigate home more easily now, we'll say. I mean, I had no particular place to be, so why push myself through the nastier part of that storm? I just, you know, when you're in the Tesla and you're warm and you got light, and you know, Don was talking to me, and, you know, why rush? Well, I really do think that I'm seeing better, more colored traffic data on the screen this morning. It just looks different than usual. And I'm in park, and if I turn on the wipers to either of the automatic settings, they don't come on. They don't do that. Yeah, if I turn the wipers to either of the automatic settings while I'm in park, they don't come on. Let's see what happens when I put it in drive. Well, that would mean I would also have to put in the pin, because I've been sitting here longer than 15 minutes. So, that is a change. They now no longer like beat the windshield the second you even, wow. Hopefully that's as good as it appeared on that one test case. You know, I'd have to do a bunch of test cases, but I appreciate that it didn't try to beat the windshield to death on a faster setting. Okay, you can calm back down now. There is legitimately water moving in front of the autopilot housing, but probably not enough to warrant quite that steady. There, I turned it back off. But anyway, the fact that they didn't like try to fly off the windshield immediately, that was pretty good. If they don't come on until you've put in the pin and or put the car in drive, they won't be like scaring you to death in the garage by accidentally going off. I mean, there's a lot of pluses there. I guess people can put their tree at the curb and the city will pick it up, except for this tree got blown into the street. Well, it is definitely trying to clear up quick out there. I'll take it. Down to 43 now, though. I wonder if that really is all the rain and we're not even going to see that snowflake they told us we might see. I guess it's for the better, because everybody just goes crazy if they see a snowflake, and I really probably don't need that today. As much as, you know, seeing a snowflake might be fun. So coming through town, there's a good bit of additional pine needle, leaf, small branch debris, Christmas decorations on the ground, trash cans blown over. One was in the street. So like Don said, it got pretty windy here in Fuquay. I would say that was probably more intense than the wind I experienced downtown Raleigh, even though it was the same cell. It moved through Fuquay first. So nothing serious, but lots of little signs that it got pretty intense here for a few minutes. Wow, coming past South Park, there must have been 20 or 30 branches down by the road. I can't even imagine what the trail must look like. And Don and I picked up a lot of branches yesterday, so these are all new branches. Wow. I'm still thinking no on the walk this morning and do the desk cycle, because between the cold air and the stiff wind, I just don't know that I want to be out in it. Plus it is still pretty wet. It's drying, but it's pretty wet. I don't know. I'll see how I feel when I get out of the car. I just thought I'd film down through the curve just to sort of show what was going on with the, you know, stuff down on the road. I figured here around the curve where all these trees were, if there was anything to be seen, it would be here. Yeah, you can see all the leaves on the road. Pretty thick in through here. Wow, I don't know if I want to see the driveway or the front yard. I really don't. I don't know if I can handle it. Looks like work to me. Hopefully all the kitties are okay. I'll go in and grab a jacket and come out and check on them. Well, Don did a good job when he put those trees up there, but I see the one is just a little bit off to the side. Dang it, I'm gonna have to get out of the warm car. This little one in front's no big deal, but that one, I'm gonna have to move it. I got out, I moved the limb, I had let the door shut behind me. Of course, my phone and my key fob are both in the car. And then I heard the mirrors close, and I'm like, oh no, I don't have a jacket, it's cold, no, 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 no. Hang on, Don, I told him he could go back in the house because I had hollered for Don. I was like, I did not want to walk all the way up there with no jacket. Of course, I guess by the time I was going to have him open it on his phone, that would have been quicker. But I kept on pressing it, and after about a minute, after about 5 or 6 presses, she decided to open back up. But she was locked. I guess the key fob's on the floor in the back seat. I guess she lost contact with it for a minute, and then she reacquired it and she let me back in. That wasn't nice. Away from home, it's just really not a good idea to leave everything in the car, get out, and let the doors close. You know? 95 times out of 100, you're going to be able to get back in no problem, and those other 5 times you might get a little start. In your own yard, probably not a big deal. But away from home, particularly not a good idea. Well, it's not a disaster, but you know, there are little limbs down everywhere. I've seen worse. Well, all the outdoor kitty cats are accounted for except for Morrison. He's not usually here right now anyway. He's usually up the hill. They seem dry and not traumatized, so that's good. I brought Stripe in the garage to get away from the wind, and he's not totally sure what to make about it, but he's not freaking out either, so that's good. And Marty is on the other side of the door. Hey, Mart. Well, this is what Don must have heard hitting the house. I didn't move that. That's exactly where it was. I see a piece down there by that birdhouse, a little bit over here. And of course a couple of pieces in the backyard too. Nothing serious, but definitely, you know, stuff. I'm just gonna leave this down for now. It'll just fall again. Well, it took me a smidge longer than I wanted it to find it, but we found our refrigerator receipt.
Yeah.
And Don bought the 5-year extended warranty, and it hasn't been 5 years. Don never buys warranties.
Never do.
My recollection is, and this has been 4 years now, or a little more, over 4 years, is that you were so upset about the dishwasher breaking all the time, that you were, by golly, I am buying the daggone warranty. And if that ice maker in that refrigerator so much as blinks,
Yeah,
I'm calling service, which we didn't end up doing. But now that we have them,
remembered that.
Now that we have them, I do. But now that we have a more serious problem,
I mean, it sounds like something I would have said.
Yeah, you were like,
I just don't remember that I just can't believe I did that.
So they're coming Friday.
Yes.
Yes, and our scan jet saved the day yet again.
Right.
Because we had scanned all of that stuff in, and I used our video to find what month. And then I used Google Photos to find what day we bought it and what day it was delivered.
Yeah.
We actually had a damaged one, so there were like 2 delivery days.
Yeah.
And then we ended up calling. We made a little snafu with the phone, like the phone number gave us a little trouble when talking to the warranty company, but we got around that too. So it took longer, but you know, I guess my expectation is they'll get it working again for a short amount of time, but we'll see.
Right.
We're starting the process. That's all we can do is have them come out and take a look, because we did more than what most homeowners would do already.
Yep.
And yeah. I
agree.
Yeah, Don won't tell the service guy when he comes that he has a 1-year degree from Wake Tech in HVAC.
Yeah. 2 years.
And has repaired stuff before, but he doesn't have the equipment to do all of those kinds of repairs here. And why would you touch it when it's under warranty?
Right. Well, at this point, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they come up with. They'll probably replace the board, the computer board, because it reads 0 degrees, and yet I put a thermometer in there and it was 39, so it wasn't even close to 0.
Right.
Right. So basically, the freezer part of the refrigerator, I believe, is because it's down, cold sinks goes down. I believe the box is cool strictly because the refrigerator part, which is above it and to the side of it, is actually working, and it's cooling that. Because we're not opening and closing the freezer door every 2 seconds either, so it just sits in there. So I think it's possible, it's misreading the temperature. Who knows? Whatever it takes, we'll go. And,
well, that might make a little sense too, because it stayed in the 50s for quite some time, and then it cooled down to the readout on the door to being lower than what it was.
Yeah.
When it was 59 or 52 or something. That made more sense than the 0 reading. Anyway, It will be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
Friday.
I
guess I'm going to let us off the hook on walking today.
Really?
It's,
hot dog!
Well, you were on the phone for so long. I was ready to go, and then I went back outside, and it's so windy. It's incredibly windy. It's not technically raining, although the sun's gone back in. We had sun for a little while, or at least coming home, I went through some sunny spots.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're missing the snow for now, and I think we're going to miss the snow, but oh well.
We'll just have the cold.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, you can open them. Both of them all the way open. If I was a smart girl, I would probably.
Smart. You married me.
I would probably. That's
true. You can't
true.
get any smarter than that.
I would probably save this until your birthday, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! You got me another watch.
But.
Oh my goodness! It's a smartwatch.
It is. Amazon had the lowest price on it ever. The camel thing that Richard told me about. The price tracker for Amazon. I had put in a price lower than the lowest price just in case it went on some super clearance like 3 months ago.
Right.
And I got an email saying that it was out there at a price lower, that matched my price. And I was like, I can't not do that. So they really clearanced it out after Christmas, which might be because they think sometime in 2022, Google's going to come out with their own smartwatch. But because it's only the third of the year and you haven't lost too much data, and I think you can put the Fitbit app on this smartwatch, I don't want to wait until February, since you've only not worn your Fitbit for 2 days.
Right.
So let's set it up and see what it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but Don wanted a round dial anyway.
Yes,
and this is definitely Guy's size. And hopefully it's that big and he can actually read it. And that's not a larger than life font.
Right.
And it's Fossil. And it uses watchOS. It uses the Google Watch stuff. And they sold a lot of them. A lot of people have them. So this does not have the Samsung bloatware on it.
Doesn't have the Samsung, but yes, God.
And it allow you to use all the Google stuff instead of trying to replace it with Samsung stuff, which you and I both agreed would be worthless for us.
Right.
Okay, it is a few big wet snowflakes. I rushed out the door there. Maybe you can just barely see them. Okay, so we can't go the whole winter now and say we never saw a snowflake. Panther was scratching. They do scratch on that one post and up there on the rail a little bit. Oh well. It's not supposed to accumulate. And it feels really cold, but it's not freezing. Okay, so Don has installed Wear for Tesla, W-E-A-R. He bought the app in the App Store with all his Google, his surveys that he's been answering, bought him this app, and now he can unlock. And you see the key symbol? I know you can get in it.
Right, well, that's what it's more
controls. Okay, Windows, valet mode, locks and doors, stop and unlock port.
Open windows, close windows, defrost on, home link, car's location.
Huh, so maybe it won't start the car, but you can unlock the car?
Well, that's possible.
I don't know, we'll have to study it more.
Let's see.
You definitely can get into the car.
What is this? Open with?
What'd you click on?
I guess Tesla. I said car.
Oh, location, yeah. So it's
sent to Jules. Okay. Car's location. I said car's waking up. Sent. Shared with Jules.
I don't understand why it's checking the car's location shares it back with the car. We wanted to share we wanted the other way around.
Stats, vehicles, accounts, settings.
Well, we'll play with it.
Right.
So that little symbol there.
That thing, it looks like a radio thing.
That's the remote start, and you have to re-enter your password, which is fine.
Yeah.
Except for LastPass won't be able to do that for you on your watch. But
right. Yeah, I'll have to look it up.
Well, I don't think it's sticking to anything, but it is snowing out there. Pretty cool. It's just little squalls. I'm on my way to get Johnny. Although we saw the sun a little bit on the way out of Raleigh this morning, I don't think the sun was ever actually even out in Fuquay. And it's definitely still raining out there. And we had several snow showers, but of course none of it stuck. Which is good since I have to drive back downtown and Wake County didn't release early or cancel school today or anything. So at any point, I'm about 10 minutes later than I'd like to be given the weather conditions. Don and I fell asleep and took a nap. He didn't end up deciding to log into work today. Good for him, right? So we got the watch set up and then we took a little afternoon nap. Been a long time since we had the chance to do that, so that was nice. Let's see what else. We did get his watch all the way set up and he seemed genuinely pleased with it. That's a Fossil Gen 5. Like I said, Amazon had a great deal. We got Wear for Tesla set up, purchased and set up, and we got Health Sync to send some data from Google Fit to Fitbit and some data from Fitbit to Google Fit. So that's good. Hopefully at some point with Fitbit being purchased by Google, they'll get the integration out there where you won't need this third-party app. So we're going to try that. It's a 1-week trial and then we'll see how much they want to stay on it. Hopefully not a whole lot. Fitbit won't let you put the heart rate data in, so Don Don will be missing that, and he decided he's going to sleep with the Fitbit, but during the day he's going to have the watch on. And that way he can get he's really happy with the sleep stuff from the Fitbit device that he has. So anyway, he's pretty excited. And the only concern about it is, will the battery last long enough as to not be too annoying? And you know, there could be a few more apps that are Wear OS enabled, and that's really an app developer's choice, right? But he's got the radar and the Google Pay set up, and it looks pretty usable. Earlier today, apparently it was all backed up over here, but right now it seems to be okay, so I got lucky coming through. The testing center again causing delays, and people around town were a little upset. So my trip to town this afternoon is showing me the round trip estimate. I didn't even scroll it, it's just up there. I noticed that problem I was having with getting it to show was not consistent. Sometimes it wouldn't stay where I could read it, or sometimes it would. I'm noticing the time of arrival, the minutes to get there, and the miles and distance I'm traveling are now, I think before they were nice and centered in that box, and now they're all the way to the left. And when I first look over there, the wheel is blocking it, and I'm having to study it longer in order for my eyes to register the information that I used to register without thinking about it. So I would say it's keeping my eyes off the road a few seconds longer to kind of comprehend it. But it's okay. I mean, I'm sure I'll get used to that, but I liked it better the way it was before. Just, you know, instantaneously would look that way and have it, whereas now I'm having to think about it for a minute. But it's okay. Like I said, thank goodness the driver instrument cluster doesn't appear to have changed any this go around, and I can still read all the information on the driver instrument cluster. Of course, that is going through my glasses, but still, if I don't look through my glasses, I can still read it. So you can see it's 38, and it's not getting any warmer today, just colder. That is very odd. Well, maybe it's not that odd, but when it's raining, the lights ought to be on, and that Tesla Model 3's lights are not on at all that I can tell. Maybe the running lights are on in the front, but I don't think so. Well, that's good. The turn signal works, and the brake light works. It's just an awfully gray day to be going down the road with no running lights. I know in the X and the S you've got range mode, and that can turn them off, but I mean, I think in the Model 3 you would have to flat out turn them off on purpose. And it's the law when your windshield wipers are running that you would have your running lights on, or your headlights. So I don't know, it's just weird.
So I pushed the line stem twice, found the Fit workout app, and then it gives me two things. There's a bunch more, but the top two are the two I use the most, which is walking and running. So I'm going to click walking. This is the first time I've done it. Oh, so it has a start walking.
Right.
So I'm clicking 3,
2, 1.
Gotta be moving. Gotta be moving. Wasting time. Come on! What the hell?
This is what he's like in the afternoon when he's had a nap. Annoying! Totally annoying! Oh. Okay.
This is. You beat me to the pole.
Yeah. Okay. Sticks everywhere. We're not going to need to run extra today because we've been picking up the biggest of the sticks. They're going to have to come with the blower. There's just no way around it. But anything that might stop the guy on his mobility wheelchair. This is our third time around. We ran just scoreboard to scoreboard today, so one lap. My face stings. That wind is brisk. There's a few other people here though, but not a lot.
It said that an hour and 2 minutes 46 seconds, 95 heart points, 318 calories, 3.11 miles, 20 minutes 10 seconds per mile, 6,157 steps, and it screwed up my heart. It said I got up to, yeah, it said my heart rate was as high as 169, but there's no possible way.
Right, I agree. And his other thing said it was much lower.
9, 13, something
but
like
as
that.
the walk went on, it stabilized
yeah,
out. So
yeah.
maybe it was a calibration period or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's probably it. So what we're gonna do now, I don't know, I got a nice work.
Good job, Donnie.
Yeah, thank you, sweetie. I'm going to try to unlock
Ruby.
And that's called Tesla what?
It's called Wear Tesla.
Wear
W-E-A-R Tesla. And there's a thing he can do to move that to the top of the list of apps on the circle, which I don't think we did earlier.
Oh, it actually says Wear for Tesla Climate, Wear for Tesla Stats, Wear for Tesla. I got 3 apps on my phone that says Wear for Tesla.
Okay, I didn't know that was going to be the case.
So it says Jules is unlocked, which doesn't sound right.
Well, we unlocked her earlier when we were practicing, and we probably didn't relock her. She's just in our garage.
Yeah, let me, all right, more controls vehicles. So I'm clicking on vehicles.
Right.
And I'm going to Ruby.
Okay.
Selected, gathering information.
It's waking her up, I guess.
Yeah.
And this takes a while in the app.
There it is.
Yep.
And, well, she says she's unlocked, but I see the mirrors are folded.
Huh.
All right, so I'm going to click that. Let's see what she does. Well, she blinked and she's open.
And she unlocked.
Yeah, all right.
Way cool. So it works.
So it worked.
You can use your watch if you needed to. Although you don't, yours is not LTE like mine. You have to have your phone with you. You'd have the Tesla app anyway. But if your phone's inside the car and your watch is on your wrist, you're covered. You know, I realized this morning when I hollered for you that I had my watch on my wrist and I could have opened Ruby. I wasn't really stranded because I had my watch on. But I did temporarily forget that. I'm thinking my Legos came.
Yeah, I'm thinking one of them at least is Legos. The other one doesn't feel like Legos, but
okay.
one of them is Legos.